To the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Broncos Stadium at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Devontae Booker past the 20 and all the way home for a Broncos score. Devontae Booker with a return of 102 yards, and the Broncos have taken the early lead. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Locke to throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Locke, and he fires one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hey, orbit. Fire.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready up. Greystone, travel.
Time to go, night. 25, check 25, check 25.
Hey, Alpha. Now.
Clock will try again on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Got it.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Ready.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They begin the drive with Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Watch the run, watch the run. Greystone travel, Greystone travel.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. On 4th down is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 70, Indy. Hey, Delta, General West. Hey, lock it. Here we go, here we go.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Let go.
In his end zone, here's Locke, eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it, try and create some space, some room, and it went awry, didn't it?
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. They'll run for it with 9. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And the kick by Butker is good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Hey.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Ready.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2.
Hey, Charlie.
To throw on 3rd down. Lock. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Fielded at about the 28. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
At their own 33.
Now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Let's go, baby.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And oh my goodness, he loses it again.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
6-6, pull it hard. We got double up.
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Set. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Rock it. Kill. Hey, foxtrot. Hit it.
From the gun on third down, Locke. He's got this complete to Hamilton. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
From the 21, it's second and 10.
Go.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Broncos on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Ready?
Locke to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The Chiefs take over first
Let's go.
at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, let's go.
Now here's Mahomes. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Kansas City.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Easy. Under coach.
61. Matchbox. Light. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Whip. Watch the
Attack. Let's go.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 23. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Kill. Check hot route. Hot. Mike 51. Go. Let's go, defense.
Mahomes now to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On second down now, it's Williams. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Head up. 60 or.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Let's go.
Clock now on first down. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40 and down to the 29-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darren Lee. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Another try after the first down sack. Lock. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On third down, Lock. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Broncos on the move here a bit. Nice plays in succession back-to-back.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a first and 10 at the 15. To throw it is Lock. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at the 20.
Joker.
Attack!
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10.
Tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey. 4 down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's high. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Hey, Ripley.
On second down, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. 17 yards on the pickup. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
51's the mic, boy. 51. Okay, double up. Shift.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Attack!
Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. H3, 218. Chopper. 51's the mic.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Okay, ready?
50, Mike's 50. Watch the screen.
Hey, Haywood. Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Flush to his right, and it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Locke. Airing it out for Hamilton. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Locke. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
43!
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready! 70, Indy. 50 the mark. Greystone travels.
Big stop. Let's
Ready!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 79 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The busy night continues for Williams. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Extra point safely through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
On the ready. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Echo. Check 26, check 26, go.
Clock now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And the pressure gets to him again. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
On
So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Get it.
From his own end zone, Locke on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Akello Witherspoon, really good coverage from the Colorado man, getting a hand in on it. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, wahoo!
On 2nd and 12, Locke, a little check down to Lindsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Well, that'll get them the 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready? 60 or. You don't know no better.
Watch tight, tight.
Move.
Tight,
Hey, ready?
One final try for Locke. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chiefs, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3 and 4 through 7 games. And